Good day, everyone. Welcome to our video lecture for ACC 211 Intermediate Accounting 2. I am your instructor, Ms. Jazel May Celarinos Del Monte. So in this video, we are going to tackle or discuss about premium liability. So premium liability is one of the examples of an estimated liability. So how do we define estimated liability? So estimated liabilities are obligations which exist at the end of reporting period, although their amount is not definite. For a liability to be recognized, there are three essentials or essential characteristics. These are present obligation, second, arising from past event, and it will result into an outflow of economic resources. Though those are the prerequisites of an item to be considered or to be recognized as a liability, it doesn't mean that the amount or the amount of the liability should be definite or should be exact. So, dili siya kailangan nga exact. And at the same time, the payee, okay, the payee of these obligations are also determined exactly. Again, we also have the what we call estimated liability. So, diri siya mupasok ang katunga concept that not all liabilities should have a definite or a fixed amount, and at the same time determine kung kinsa ilahang mga payee. So isa na diriya ang premium liability. So in a premium liability, when is this premium liability arise? Of course, when there are premiums entitled for those other parties such as customers and employees and etc. So, paano natin ma-recognize ang isang premium liability? So, let's start with premium. So, how do we or what are our ideas about premiums? So premiums are articles of value such as toys, dishes, silverware, and other goods given to customers as a result of past sales or sales promotion activities. So these are very common to us when we are patronizing products and services nga ginabaligya sa atua, and then somehow na sila yung mga ginahatag ng mga add-ons on this product aside sa mga products and services nga gina palit nato. So these premiums resulted from a past sales or sales promotion activity. So kumbaga these are add-ons again of those merchandises nga ato ang ginapalit. For example, like kana mo palita sa grocery. Okay? Natay kana mga essential goods such as milk, Milo, di ba kasagaran naman na sila yung mga premiums or mga add-ons. So those are examples of premiums. And as another best example of premiums that will result into a premium liability is when you purchase something or when you purchase a product and subsequently there were coupons or wrappers nga inyohang i-redeem, and in exchange of the redemptions of those coupons and wrappers, na kay ma-receive nga item as premium. So inato siya ang iyahang examples for this kind of premiums. Accordingly, when the merchandise is sold, an accounting liability for future distribution of premium arises and should be given accounting consideration. So again, when there is a merchandise sold already and that merchandise constitutes a premium, then as a result, there will be an accounting liability that will result on the part of the entity. So accounting procedures for the acquisition of premiums and recognition of the premium liability are as follows. So there are three significant recording in relation to the premiums. First is when the premiums are purchased. So kana nga mga premiums na ginahatag sa entity to their customers, they were of course acquired initially. So ginapalit nila na. So katong cost of purchase sa premium nga ilahang gipalit, of course that should be treated with an accounting entry. So entry ana to record the premiums purchased is debit, premiums, credit, cash. Okay? Next, when the premiums are distributed to the customers. So, pag mag-distribute na daw ang entity to the customers with this premium, so entry, debit, premium expense, and credit, premiums. And usually that premiums will be at cost. So, cost of purchase niya sa premium. And if in case that at the end of the premiums, at the end of the year, there are still premiums that are outstanding, meaning naapay mga premiums nga nabilin, nga wala pa siya na distribute to the customers. So at that point, we have to estimate or we have to record an estimated premium liability. So, debit lang ta, premium expense, and credit, estimated premium liability. So, mo ni siya ang mga important recordings or journal entries nato when it comes to accounting for premium liability. So, let's have an illustration. So, an entity manufactures a certain product and sells it at 300 pesos per unit. A soup bowl is offered to customers under return of 5 wrappers plus a remittance of 10. So, inani ang mahitabo class. So, ang customer daw, maka-receive daw siya og soup bowl as the premium in exchange of 5 wrappers gikan sa katong gipalit nila. Okay? The bowl cost 50. So, the premium here has a cost of purchase of 50 pesos. And it is estimated that 60% of the wrappers will be redeemed. So, out of the total wrappers or out of the total products the entity sold, 60% lang daw ang estimated na ma-redeem. Now, the data for the first year concerning the premium plan are summarized below. So, we have sales during the period, 10,000 units at 300 pesos each for a total of 3 million. Soup bowls purchased, 2,000 units at 50 pesos per premium for a total of 100,000. And wrappers that were actually redeemed during the period is 4,000 wrappers. Okay? Now, let us analyze first the problem. Again, soup bowl ang premium, and then in exchange of the soup bowl, makadawat og soup bowl ang customer if mag-redeem siya og 5 wrappers. But take note, out of the total items or out of the total products sold by the entity, only 60% wrappers will be redeemed. So what is the significance of that 60%? Now, it is already estimated that 60% lang ang ma-redeem. So that would mean nga maulang pud to ang estimated na supposed to be mahatag nila or ma-distribute na soup bowls. So meaning, dira lang pud ang basis sa ilahang estimated liability. So, again, 60% lang ang possible nga liability nila because again, 60% lang daw ang possibly ma-redeem. So, again, atimanan na to ha, ang 60%. Now, the entries that would be made in the first year to record the sales, premium purchase and redemption, and year-end adjustments are, of course, we need to record the sales. So, entry nato debit, cash, credit, sales at 3 million pesos. Next is to record the purchase of premiums at cost. So, entry nato debit, premiums, soup bowls for 100,000 and credit cash 100,000. So, how did we get 100,000? That is 1,000 premiums or soup bowls nga gi-purchase times 50 pesos per soup bowl. So, that is for a total of 100,000. Next, to record the actual redemption of 4,000 wrappers. So, kanang 4,000 wrappers, ang pangutana na pila man ang premiums ana. Pila ka buok premiums ang na-distribute ana out of the 4,000 wrappers. And aside from that, pila pud ang cost sa premium ana. And also, pila pud ang related expenses. Okay? So, our entry would be debit cash, 8,000, debit premium expense, 32,000, and credit premium soup bowls for 40,000. Now, how did we get those amounts? First is, of course, we need to determine pila ka premiums tanan ato ang na-distribute. So, out of the 4,000 wrappers, 800 bowls ang na-distribute. That is computed as 4,000 divided by 5 wrappers per premium. So, 800 tanan ang na-distribute. So, sa 800 nga na-distribute, pila man ang expense ana. Okay, now, please take note that in the problem, it says here that aside from the 5 wrappers nga ihatag or i-redeem para makakuha og premium, naay ibayad or naay remittance ang customer in the amount of 10 pesos per premium. So, inani ang may tabo. When the customer redeems the wrapper in exchange of the soup bowl, magbayad pud siya additional nga 10 pesos. Okay? So, what will happen? Now, normally, the premium expense in relation to the actual redemption is usually equal to the cost of the premium. So, di ba, ang cost sa premium is 50. But when there is a remittance, the cash remittance by the customer shall be deducted. Okay, shall be deducted from the cost of premium to get the premium expense. So, ang premium expense na lang niya will be the cost of the premium net of the cash remittance. So, if the cost of the premium is 50, then the cash remittance is 10, then the premium expense per premium is 40. That is why here in our premium expense, ang amount lang nagi-multiply nato sa number of premiums is 40. And that is 32,000. And we debit cash equal to the remittance. So 800 units nga premium times 10. So we have 8,000. And of course, our credit will be the premiums, okay, the premium soup bowls at cost. Okay, so debit premium soup bowls 800 times 50 na cost niya for a total of 40,000. Okay, so inana siya class. Again, for a cash remittance, pag naay cash remittance, i-deduct nato siya sa cost of premium. And that will be, the net will be the premium expense. Next, to record the liability for the premiums at year end for the first year. Now, as I've said earlier that the 60% there was the estimated number of wrappers to be redeemed. And that means to say that 60% will only be the liability of the entity for distribution. So, pila man ang 60%? Pila ganito ang nabaligya na wrappers? Okay, let us go back to the problem. So, there are 10,000 units sold during the year. And again, 60% daw ana ang ma-redeem. So, how much is the 60% of the 10,000? So, that is 6,000. So, 6,000 wrappers. Pila man day dapat ang premiums nga supposed to be i-distribute nila. So, 6,000 divided by 5 wrappers per premium unit. So, that is 1,200. So, it is estimated that they will distribute 1,200 premiums in a year. But, during the year, the actual number of premiums distributed is only 800. So, therefore, naapay 400 ka premiums nga ilaha pang i-distribute maybe in the following years. So, with that 400 units of premium, that will be the estimated premium liability. So the amount or the value of that 400 units will be 60,000, as the premium expense per premium is 40. So 400 times 40, that is 16,000. So entry, debit, premium expense, and credit, estimated premium liability. So, as simple as that, class. So, again, nag-adjust lang ta. So, this entry was the adjustment made for the premiums that are still outstanding, or premiums that are to be distributed but still outstanding. So, ang premiums nga ato ang i-distribute supposed to be is 1,200. But we only distribute for the current year 800 units. Therefore, naapay outstanding nga premiums into 400 nga units times 40 na premium expense per unit niya. Again, that 40 is net of the cash remittance cost less the cash remittance. So 40 siya for a total of 16,000. So mo na siya, class. Okay, so note lang, no. Again, it says here that any remittance this paid by the customers will be netted from the cost of the premium to determine the amount of expense. Now, aside from that, there is also a distribution cost. Okay? So, usually, the distribution cost is shouldered by the shouldered by the entity. Okay? Again, sometimes there are distribution costs that are shouldered by the entity. And how do we treat the distribution cost? This shall be included in the premium expense. So again, if ang remittance or the cash remittance is deducted from the cost of the premium, the distribution cost is added to the cost of the premium to get the premium expense. Again, distribution cost is added to the cost of premium to get the premium expense, while cash remittance is deducted from the premium expense. So please take note of that. So financial statement classification, how do we classify and present those items in relation to the premium liability? So katong premium account nato, which is measured at cost, that will be presented as part of the current asset. So current asset siya. Generally, premium at cost will be included in the prepaid expenses, or example of prepaid expense. So again, kaning premium, this will form part in the prepaid expenses as classified with the current asset. While estimated premium liability nga 16,000 will be reported as part of the current liability. While 48,000 nga premium expense will be part of the distribution cost. Distribution cost will be seen on the income statement as part of the selling expenses. Okay. Now 48,000. 48,000 is our premium. Again, let us go back here. How did we get the premium expense na 48,000? So, premium expense nga 48,000 is composed of the premium expense in relation to this premium actually distributed, 32,000, and the premium expense in relation to the liability or the premium liability we recognize. So, 32,000 plus 16,000. Okay, that is 48,000. But it is actually the amount of premium that is estimated to be distributed during the year, and that is equivalent to the 60%. Okay, again, please take note nga, pag pangutanon mo, pila man ang premium expense for this year. That is equal to the total estimated premium to be distributed. And based on this problem, ang total estimated premium to be distributed nato is equivalent to the 60% na estimated. So 60% katong giingon niya nga wrappers to be redeemed, that is 6,000 divided by 5. So 1,200 premiums ang estimated to be distributed niya. Times 40 nga premium expense per unit, that is 48,000. So pwede ra ka moagi dira in getting the premium expense. So another estimated liability with similar nature of the premium liability is the cash rebate program. So cash rebate program. So kabalo man ta unsa nang cash rebate, no? So pag magbayad ta, if we pay in full, especially if we pay on time, usually tagaan ta nila og rebate, meaning naa sila ibalik sa atoa gikan sa katong gibayad nato. Well, pari-pareha lang pud sila noon og nature sa cash discount, kay kung tutuusin, kung inet nato ang atong gibayad less the amount that we will receive, so mahulog siya nga discounted ang ato ang gibayad, di ba? So how do we account the cash rebate program? So accordingly, the estimated amount of the cash rebate should be recognized both as an expense and estimated liability in the period of sale. So pag naaday cash rebate, that will be recognized as an expense. So katong gihatag nato nga cash rebate or estimated rebate nato to be provided to our customer should be recognized both as an expense and estimated liability. So say for example, an entity offered 500 cash rebate on a particular model of TV set. The customer must present a rebate coupon enclosed in package or in every package sold plus the official receipt. Past experience indicates that 40% of the coupons will be redeemed. During the current year, the entity sold 4,000 TV sets and total payments to customers amounted to 450,000. So again, 40% daw ang estimated na ma-redeem nga coupon in relation to the rebate coupon. While 4,000 units were sold during the year with 500 na cash rebate per TV set sold. And then, during the year, 450,000 were actually paid to the customer. So, katong 450,000, mauna to sila ang actual nga nag-redeem sa rebate coupon. And then, of course, mo to ang gibayad sa ilaha, 450,000. So, let us record. So, first is to record the cash rebate program. So, pila man ang estimated liability. So, that would be computed as the total rebate coupons issued is 4,000 since equivalent man siya sa total number of units sold. Kay for every unit sold, napod siya coupon. So, 4,000 man ang nabaligya. So, 4,000 pod ang coupons issued. And then 40% were expected to be redeemed. So 40% sa 4,000 is 1,600 times the cash rebate per coupon, which is 500. So total estimated rebate liability is 800,000. So entry, debit, rebate expense, 800,000. And then credit, estimated rebate liability, 800,000. Next, to record the payment to customers. So again, there is a 450,000 actual payment in relation to the rebate. So entry na to, debit, estimated rebate liability, and credit cash for 450,000. Now, when there's a payment, of course, madedakto siya sa atuang liability. That is why we debited estimated rebate liability. So, at the end of the year, we will report how much estimated rebate liability. That is 800,000 less 450,000. So net of 350,000. So at year end, we will report an estimated rebate liability in the amount of 350,000 as part of the current liability. And rebate expense of 800,000 will be reported in the income statement. Again, if you notice, ang rebate expense nga ato ang gi-report diri is actually equal to the expected coupons or rebate coupons to be redeemed and not on the actual, okay, actual redemption of the coupon or of the rebates coupon. So kung pila tong estimated gyud, estimated coupons to be redeemed, mo to ang basis nato for the rebate expense nga ato ang i-report. And cash discount program, so like a premium offer and cash rebate program, an expense and estimated liability for the expected cash discount should be recognized in the period of sale. So, illustration, during the current year, an entity inserted in each package sold a coupon offering 300 pesos off the purchase price of a particular brand of product when the coupon is presented to retailers. The retailers are reimbursed for the face amount of coupons plus 10% of handling. Okay? Previous experience indicates that 30% of coupons will be redeemed. During the current year, the entity issued coupons with face amount of 5 million and total payments to retailers amounted to 1.1 million. So let's solve the problem. To record the cash discount coupon offered, so at this point, we were going to determine the amount of liability and coupon expense in relation to the discount coupon estimated to be redeemed. Okay? So let's start with the face amount of coupons to be redeemed. That is, okay, so the total sales is 5 million. Tama ba? 5 million, and then it is expected that 30% will be redeemed. So, ang estimated nato nga ma-redeem is 1.5 million. So generally, mo na siya ang atuang estimated liability and also the expense. But take note, aside from the amount of discount, there will also be a handling cost nga 10%. And since ano siya, handling cost siya, that will be an additional to the coupon, the cost of the coupon. So, add-on siya sa cost sa coupon. Like the distribution cost. Okay? Diba, ang distribution cost in the premium liability earlier, madugang siya sa cost sa premium to get the premium expense. So, similar with this, handling cost will be added in the expense, in the premium expense or in the cash discount coupon expense. Okay? So, mahulog siya nga ang mabayaran karon ni entity dito sa retailer will be the amount of discount plus the handling cost. So, a total of 110%. So, 110% of the face amount of coupons to be redeemed na 1.5 million, the total coupon liability is 1,650,000. So entry, debit, cash discount coupon expense, 1,650,000 and credit, estimated coupon liability with similar account. Now to record the actual payment to retailers. So ang nabayad is 1.1 million. So since there is a payment, there will be a reduction in the liability. So debit, estimated coupon liability and credit cash for 1.1 million. Next is customer loyalty program. So, sa maning customer loyalty program? So, this is under the IFRS 15. Okay? Ang accounting standard niya ani is under the IFRS 15. So customer loyalty program is generally designed to reward customers for past purchases and to provide them with incentives to make further purchases. If a customer buys goods or services, the entity grants the customer award credits, often described as points. The entity can redeem the points by distributing to the customer free or discounted goods or services. So this is very common to us, especially when we are or when we have loyalty cards sa kanang mga supermarket or sa mga malls. 'Di ba, when we use our loyalty card, automatic pag naatay mga purchases sa ilaha, we can earn points, and at some point kato nga mga points nga ma-earn nato, pwede nato to siya ma-redeem in the future by using it to purchase goods na pod in the future. So how to measure these customer loyalty points? So first, an entity shall account the award credits as a separately component of the initial sale transaction. So 'di ba, basically when we kung kita ang customer, 'di ba, kung magpalita and we use our loyalty cards, upon swiping the cards and paying, of course, the amount of purchase, automatically nga mag-earn na siya og points. So on the point of view of the entity katong nag-provide sa loyalty points, naa siya'y sales. Pag magpalit ang iyang customer, naa siya'y sales, and at the same time maka-earn to siya og points. So, in accounting for the loyalty points, kailangan daw nato siya i-account separately. Okay? Ang katong points nga na-earn daw sa customer, i-account daw nato to siya separately from the sale. Okay? Although, initially, katong nabaligya nato, naa na to siya embedded na points earned to the customer. Again, i-account nato to sila separately ang points and the sale transaction. IFRS 15, paragraph 74 provides that an entity shall allocate the transaction price to each performance obligation identified in a contract on a relative stand-alone selling price basis. Okay. Now, inanyang mahitabo, on the initial sale, duha na siya ka component. Okay? On the initial sale, say for example, natay sale na 1 million. Okay? The 1 million siya, that is in relation to the sale, but take note there are already two components created there. First is the sale component and the second is the point component. So what will happen to the 1 million? So katong 1 million should be allocated between the two component. Asa dito ang sa sales, asa dito ang sa points. So unsay paagi nato sa pag-allocate? That is on the basis of their stand-alone selling prices. So selling price sa sale alone o selling price sa points alone. Okay? So the fair value of the consideration received with respect to the initial sale shall be allocated between the award credits and the sale based on the relative stand-alone selling price. So when you say stand-alone selling price, it is the price at which an entity would sell a promised goods or service separately to a customer. So kung sale alone lang siya, pila iyahang stand-alone selling price. Kung point alone lang siya, pila iyahang stand-alone selling price. So mo na siya ang stand-alone selling price. So recognition. So how do we recognize? After determining the allocated amount for the sale alone and for the points alone, di ba, i-distribute man nato to, no? Like say for example, 1 million. I-allocate nato to siya, pila ang sa sales ato, pila pod ang sa award points. So saan man nato to sila pag-recognize ang katong allocated amounts. So the consideration allocated to the award credits is initially recognized as deferred revenue and subsequently recognized as revenue when the award credits are redeemed. So again, ang katudong amount nga gi-allocate nato sa award credits should be initially recognized as deferred revenue, meaning liability pa siya. And subsequently, recognized as revenue. So from deferred revenue, ma-recognize siya subsequently in the future as revenue kanusa when the award credits are redeemed. So kung gamiton na siya sa mga customers as they will redeem the award credits. The amount of revenue recognized shall be based on the number of award credits that have been redeemed relative to the total number expected to be redeemed. So, saan man nato siya pag recognize in the future, subsequently, ang katong deferred revenue into our revenue. So, saan na to pag-compute? So, mao ni siya. Ingon siya diri, the amount of revenue recognized shall be based on the number of award credits that have been redeemed. Okay, so kung pila tong na-redeem, actually redeemed, relative to the total number expected to be redeemed. In short, ratio and proportion, out of the total deferred revenue, kwaon nimo tong ratio sa actual nga na-redeem over the total number of points expected to be redeemed. The estimated redemption rate is assessed each year. Changes in the total number expected to be redeemed do not affect the total consideration of the award credits. Instead, the changes in the total number of award credits expected to be redeemed shall be reflected in the amount of revenue recognized in the current and future periods. In other words, the calculation of the revenue to be recognized in any one period is made on a cumulative basis in order to reflect the changes in estimate. So, mahulog siya nga if in case nga naaday changes in the redemption rate, like say for example, on the first year, ang expected nga ma-redeem is 80%. But on the second year, ang expected na nga ma-redeem is 90%. So, there's a change in the redemption rate. So, dapat ang accounting daw nato ana niya is the same as an accounting for change or change in accounting estimate, which is, of course, dapat siya i-adjust currently and prospectively. So, let's have an illustration. So, an entity, a grocery retailer, operates a customer loyalty program. The entity grants program members loyalty points when they spend a specified amount on groceries. Program members can redeem the points for further groceries. The points have no expiry date. The sales during 2020 amounted to 9 million based on a standalone selling price. So, nanay standalone selling price ang sales. Okay, diba? Duha man to ka component, no? Sales and the award credit. So, the standalone selling price of the sales is 9 million. And 9 million also is the initial transaction price. So, i-allocate na to ng 9 million into sales standalone and the award credit standalone. During 2020, the customers earned 10,000 points. But management expects that 80% or 8,000 of these points will be redeemed. So, ang iyang redemption rate for the year 2020 is 80%. 80% of 10,000, that is 8,000 points. So, 8,000 points daw ang estimated to be redeemed. The standalone selling price of each loyalty point is estimated at 100. On December 31, 2020, 4,000 points have been redeemed in exchange for the groceries. In 2021, the management revised expectations and now expects that 90% or 9,000 points will be redeemed altogether. So from the date or from the point of the sale hangtod mahurot ang points, 90% daw ang iyahang estimated na ma-redeem. During 2021, the entity redeemed 4,100 points. In 2022, a further 900 points are redeemed. Management continues to expect that only 9,000 points will be redeemed meaning no more points will be redeemed after 2022. So let's first identify pila ang allocated amount for each component, the sales and the award credits. So ang ato ang initial transaction price is 9 million. Okay? So 9 million siya. But again, the 9 million will be allocated on the basis of the standalone selling prices of the two component. So for the product sales or for the sales, the standalone is similar, 9 million. While the points standalone selling price is 1 million, that is computed at 100 nga standalone selling price per point niya times the 10,000 points earned. So 1 million. So out of this figure, diri ta magkuha og or mag-determine sa ratio. So ang ratio karon ni product sales is I think 90%, tama ba? Kay 9 out of 10. That is 90%, while the points is 10%. So, mo ni atong basihan sa pag-allocate. So, unsa gani atong i-allocate? Ang initial transaction price nga 9 million. So, basin ma-confuse mo, why is it the initial transaction price and the standalone selling price of the sales is the same? Okay? Ayaw mo kabalaka because that is usually what will happen. Same lang yun na sila, ang initial transaction price and the standalone selling price of the product sales. So, 9 million yun siya. So, 90% of the 9 million is 8.1 million. While 10% of the 9 million nga total transaction price is 810,000. So, meaning, mauna ni sila ang what? Allocated price of those two components. Kanang 8,100,000 is for the sales and 810,000 is for the points. So to recognize this one, the 8,100 will be recognized as sales directly and 810 will be initially deferred and subsequently that will be recognized as revenue. So to record, debit cash 9 million, credit sales 8.1 million, and credit unearned revenue points. This is okay, mali pala. So ang 10% sa 9 million is 900,000. So again, please correct. 10% of 9 million is 900,000. So, hindi siya 810,000 but 900,000. So, entry na to debit sales 9 million, debit cash 9 million, credit sales 8,100,000 and credit unearned revenue points for 900,000. Sales 8,100,000 and credit unearned revenue for points 900,000. Now, to record the 2020 redemption of points, so ang na-redeem nga points for 2020 is 4,000. So, how do we get the amount earned for this 900,000? That will be 900,000 times 4 over 8,000. So, 4 stands for the accumulated points redeemed as of the date divided by the estimated points to be redeemed. Since the redemption rate for 2020 is 80%, so 8,000 siya. So 4,000 nga actual points redeemed up to date divided by the estimated points to be redeemed nga 8,000 times the unearned revenue nga 900,000, that is 450,000. So entry, debit, unearned revenue for points 450,000 and credit sales as the revenue. So, diba, subsequently, ang deferred revenue nato sa points, i-recognize nato siya as revenue when there's an actual redemption. So, mo na ni siya. Ang katong unearned revenue, i-recognize na nato siya as sales to be the revenue. So, credit sales for 450,000. For 2021, pila man ang ato ang revenue ana. So, ang actual nga na-redeem for 2021 is 4,100. So, how did we get? So, there are 8,100 points that were actually redeemed as of 2021. So, same lang gihapon. 900,000 katong initial nga unearned revenue nato for points times 8,000 points actually redeemed divided by the revised number of points to be redeemed nga 9,000. So as of the date, December 31, 2021, ang cumulative revenue nato is 810,000. But since last year, for the year 2020, we already recognized 450,000 nga revenue. So the amount of revenue to be recognized for the year 2021 is only 360,000. So mao lang ni ang imuhang i-recognize nga revenue. So entry, debit, and unearned revenue for points 360,000 and credit sales 360,000. And for the last year, 2022, 900 points were actually redeemed, the last year of redemption. So, 9,000 na tanan as of the date. So, of course, na ano naman no, out of the total expected points to be redeemed na recognized as sila tanan, so full 900,000 na ang cumulative revenue as of December 31, 2022. And since on the previous year, 2021, ang cumulative revenue na nga na-recognize on that year is 810,000. So, ang revenue for 2022 alone is 90,000. So, mao na lang ni ang ato ang i-recognize nga revenue for the year. So, entry, debit, unearned revenue for points, 90,000, and credit sales, 90,000. So, in this illustration, there is a third party that operates the loyalty program. So, what differs, how does this problem differs from the previous problem? Sa previous problem is, ang entity providing ang entity nga nag-initiate sa points also provides the points. So, say for example, ang mall. Okay? Si mall naghatag siya og mga points and at the same time siya ra pud ang mag-redeem sa points. So mo na siya same party lang. But in this one, third party operates the loyalty program. Kumbaga there is an agent here nga nag-serve as the agency nga mo cater or mo operate sa katong loyalty program. So, again, siya third party that operates the loyalty program. So, here's the illustration. So, an entity, a retailer of electrical goods, participates in a customer loyalty program operated by an airline. So, ang retailer is the entity and ang iyahang customer loyalty program is katong operated by an airline. So, there is a third party. So, what will happen? Ang retailer karon siya ang mahulog na agent. Agent in behalf of that airline. So, kumbaga, accommodate lang niya ang katong mga points nga ma-earn sa customers na retailer nga gina-operate ni airline. Okay? So, the entity grants program members 1 air travel points for every 1,000 spent on electrical goods. Program members can redeem the points for travel with the airline subject to availability. The entity pays the airline 60 pesos for each point. So, as an agent, si retailer, madawat niya gikan kang airline is 60 pesos per point. Kada one point nga ma-earn sa customer na siya 60 pesos. So during the current year, the entity sold electrical goods for consideration totaling 4.5 million based on a standalone selling price and granted 5,000 points with standalone selling price of 100 per point. So first, ang una na tubuhaton ani is to allocate the initial transaction price, which is the 4.5 million, into two components. First is the sales and the second is the loyalty points. So this is how we allocate. So ang standalone selling price sa product is 4.5 million while the points is 500,000 as computed, that is 5,000 points times 100 for a total of 5 million. So, based on that figures, mag-create ng tag ratio. So, ang fraction ni product is 45/50 and for the points is 5/50. So, kanina siya nga fraction karon mo ni atong gamiton in allocating the 4.5 million nga initial transaction price. And the allocated price for the product is 4,050,000 while the points is 450,000. Now, since the entity here or the retailer here serves only as the agent, so wala siya kaning 450,000 will be directly the revenue. Okay? Okay, so the 450,000 will be directly the revenue of the entity. Okay, so ingon siya diri the entity has fulfilled its obligation by granting the points. Therefore, the revenue from points is recognized when the electrical goods are sold. So in short, once you are only an agent in behalf of the entity operating the points, so tanang allocated amount nimo, allocated price sa katong points will be recognized as revenue immediately. Okay? When the goods are sold. So, ang revenue nato as the retailer is 450,000. I-less lang nato ang amount nga ibayad ni retailer dito sa sa airline in the amount of 300,000 kay for every point man daw, magbayad siya og 60 pesos. So, all in all, 300,000. So, mo ni siya ang mahulog nga expenses. Expenses ni retailer in relation to the customer loyalty program. So, net revenue karon from points ni retailer is 150,000. So again, ang revenue niya from points is 450 less the payment to airlines nga 300,000. So net revenue niya from points is 150,000. So entry debit for to record the initial sale, debit cash 4.5 million, credit sales 4,050,000 and credit revenue from points 450,000. And to record payment to airline, so debit lang tag loyalty program expense and credit cash for 300,000. So that's the end of our video lecture, and I hope that you have learned a lot from this video. So if you have questions, clarification, don't hesitate to ask me. You can PM me or you can send messages through our group chat, and also you may ask your clarification during our online synchronous class. So thank you so much, class. See you next time. Bye bye.